But there's another Manchester trading company that we have a major collection relating to, and that company was called Stafford Sigamala. And Stafford Sigamala had a completely different market interest to Pattern Sakonis. Stafford Sigamala trades in the opposite direction. Their main trade was with Central America and parts of South America, and their biggest market right up until the Cuban Revolution was Cuba. And what we have is, we've got part of the collection is a series of printing blocks, and these printing blocks are not the designs that go on fabrics, because what the company mainly sold was actually stuff that's pretty boring designs, stuff like checks and stripes and also very robust canvas cloth. But like many textile companies, what they relied on to sell their products was the use of very visual trademarks, so that people who couldn't necessarily possibly read English or couldn't read at all didn't have to be able to read the words. They just focused on the trademark. And the Stafford Sigamala trademarks, the kind of images that they draw on are incredibly wide-ranging. So one of the ones here is obviously religious. Others are very kind of abstract and flowery. And two of the ones that we've picked out that I find particularly weird to use as trademarks, and remembering that some of this is in the 20th century, you know, Cuba was one of the later places to actually abolish slavery. It's in the 1880s. Is we have one trademark that shows a figure generally seen as being an enslaved African, and the other showing a building that is generally thought to be a chattel house. And I find those quite strange images to use on trademarks, because you wouldn't think, although they would be familiar to people, you wouldn't think that they would be appealing as a way of branding your product. So I encourage you to have a look at those.